Hey, what's up, guys and gals? Hopefully this is working. Wow, I'm having lots of trouble today. There we go. I think it's moving along. I had to use a whole new type, I don't want to say system, but a whole new strategy for this. So I thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being patient. Let's get started on this live stream. I'm so excited. Yeah, I have some really cool stuff to go and talk about today. We're gonna go to this fantasy world and talk about classic shows, classic TV. I love it so much. I'm so excited. I'm even gonna do kind of halfway through the live stream, do trivia. You guys like that trivia, but I'm gonna do it different, something I've never done before. Hopefully you'll like it. It's good for people who like history, who like dates, time periods, and it's kind of gonna be a head-to-head. I'll just say that. So stay tuned. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So I already see people tuning in, which is awesome. It's amazing. It's great. Let me see up here. Like I said, this is a, I don't want to say, it's definitely not a new system or anything like that, but it's definitely something I haven't been used to on here yet. So, yeah, it's like they're doing, I don't know. There's always like technical issues. So I'm just trying to just trying to get things going. There we go. That should be okay. And then I can smidge it myself right there. Okay, so look at this. Where are people saying hi to? Where are people tuning in from? I want to hear your thoughts, your hellos, your everythings. So awesome. Sacramento, California. Nice to see you. Hey, Sheldon, how are you doing? Saying hey diddle diddle to everyone. Wow, where did that come from? Wait, hey diddle diddle? That's the name of the first episode of Batman, isn't it? It's Hey Diddle Riddle, or Hey Riddle something. I knew it came from something. I've been watching my fair share of Batman. Yeah, Hi Diddle Riddle, the first episode ever of Batman, the 60s cartoon. Fun fact, if you're not in or watching my Instagram, you should check that out because I post stories, I post clips of the shows I'm watching, when I'm watching them. So make sure to watch it. People love it. People message me all the time saying, Rick, this is hilarious. These things are funny. So make sure to check it out. It should be Rick_9G. You should find me. I'm there. All right, let's see. Australia. Wow, tuning in from Australia, Orlando. Look at that. That's awesome. Awesome. Let's see, Jersey as well. I was like, it's funny because I saw Jersey and then I saw New and I was like, oh, from Jersey? Oh, from the New Jersey? And I was like, oh yeah, it's a state. What's wrong, Rick? Hey, Charles A, how are you doing? I want to thank everyone who has recently become a Patreon member. That's amazing. More than 24 people. So that's awesome. Supporting on their Patreon members. So big shout out to you guys. Big shout out to everyone who is watching for so long. Big welcome to everyone who just started watching. So it's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. And yeah, so it's really fun. It's really fun to be able to just connect with you guys, say hello, and do different things because thumbs up. And to talk about different things because usually my videos are so like focused on one thing, right? And this is a time for me to say hi to you, to shout you out, to say hello, to have you ask questions about the videos I made during the last couple weeks or the last couple days or whatever. So it's good. That is awesome. Rhode Island. Christopher Kraft coming in as a Patreon supporter. Thank you, Christopher. Vaughn M from Vietnam. Wow, that is awesome. What is it? It's probably Monday there in Vietnam, right? Hey, Kevin. Nice to see you from Florida. Paul Testa, great supporter of my channel. Great, like you wrote something where you're like just waiting for 100,000. I am as well, so I'm so thankful for that. Australia, Canada, look at that. That is awesome. Jennifer saying hi to everyone from Illinois. That is awesome. I love it. Yeah, we can talk a little bit about what makes something classic, because honestly, I feel like it's something we just know. It's something that we recognize when we see it. I guess we can recognize what is not classic, and then everything else is classic, if that makes sense. Usually I don't like to define things like that in negatory, but it kind of makes sense for at least what we're talking about to make it simple. Wow, Vaughn, it is 7:23 a.m. in Vietnam. Thanks for tuning in. It is almost 7 p.m. of the day before here on Sunday. It's actually 5:30 p.m. West Coast time. We call it Pacific Coast time in the United States. Very, very cool. Cool beans from Vegas. Are you slotting yet? Pulling the slots down? Not yet. The Tone 4L. Tone 4L. I'll just call you 4L if that's cool. You enjoyed the Three Stooges videos. Thank you. Have you been able to watch all of them? I have close to 50, 55 probably on there. Doing more shorts. Don't worry about that. It's just, it's not something I pump out. It's more of a journey. There are other things that I'm working on. I have a video right now that's like has life support, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like half done. All the audio's done, and I haven't done any visuals. So if I would post that, it would just be like a 10-minute podcast. Wow, I even told you how long it is. It's about a 10-minute video. Usually my videos are 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, so I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, Taisha. It's kind of hot. Like, it's hot here. It's very muggy. I've been like that the whole day. I don't know why. It's just warm. It's summer. It happens, right? So hopefully a lot of you are not hot, cool, air conditioned, good stuff. Kevin, I'm guessing you're on the East Coast if it's 8 p.m. That's awesome. That is awesome. Nan59, yippee, a 10-minute video coming. Yes, I revealed it. I usually am so secret about my videos. Like, it's like a thing. I really believe in that, especially. I guess one reason's competition, but the other one is I don't see a point in telling people what's coming out before. It's about building anticipation, but also enjoying when it comes out, being excited, sharing it with other people. It's like a thing. It's like when a movie comes out, right? You could have teaser trailers, but then some movies give the whole plot away, and it's like, I don't even need to watch the movie. No, we're not doing that here. We're staying classic, right? Hey, Big Woody, thank you for the thumbs up on the Sanford & Son. Hopefully you're liking those as well. Those are doing very, very well. People love Sanford & Son, and more is coming. Definitely more is coming on Sanford & Son. More is coming on a lot of those shows that I really like. I think we're kind of hovering into the 80s. That's kind of as far, but the only reason doing some 80s shows because they start in the 70s, kind of finish in the 80s. But yeah. Yeah, but I always come back to the classics, 50s, stuff like that. Let's see. So Larry Potter, I have done videos on Get Smart. I'm still kind of introducing them and doing them. So check them out. Get Smart playlist, Rick9G. Type that in. Or just type in Rick9G Get Smart. They'll pop up for you. So, yeah. I always suggest people do that first with over 1,300 videos. But of course, I've only nicked, right, the iceberg. I've only scratched the surface on all the shows. And let me just tell you, I'm not going to do every single show out there. I guess that's impossible. No one can do that. But that's not my goal. My goal is to dive deep into them, give you more quality than quantity. I think that's important. And quantity, well, they just come out when they come out. But I do research, and I focus in on these shows that I already like, already love, or maybe loved and watched when I was a kid, and then find out more about through time. So yeah. Ooh, favorite Batman villain. Now, if we're talking 60s, right? I really have a thing for Freeze. I think Freeze is really cool, Mr. Freeze. I'll give you my top 3. Freeze, Riddler, Joker. In that order, and talking about the Batman series. Batman 60s series. So yeah. Hey Jim, nice to see you. Yes, I Dream of Jeannie. You should check them out. I do have some on that show, yes. Some behind the scenes stuff, some bloopers. Actually, one of my most popular videos ever is an I Dream of Jeannie video. I think it has 1 million views, which is nuts. 1 million views. I have a few of those now. I remember when my first video hit 1 million, and I was like, whoa. Like, it was just like, this isn't real. This is fake, right? And now it's like 3 or 4 of them. Maybe I haven't checked like as of now, but I think that Genie one was either in the 900 to 1 million range, and I was like, wow. Hey D, how are you? Oh yes, Hey D, HAYDDDEE. She says, I absolutely love your videos. My favorite are the I Love Lucy. Well, thank you. I love I Love Lucy. I'll probably never stop making I Love Lucy videos, even if I'm like, hey, this is funny. I'll just like talk about it. Like even if it's that simple. It's my tried and true show. I'll always come back to it. So yeah. Yeah, there's so much, guys and gals. There's so much to cover. And people don't believe I have 1,300 videos. I do. 1,300 plus. And there's so much to cover. Again, I've only scratched the surface, so. El Gallo, I have seen the recent Joker movie. For what it was, in isolation, it was good. Yeah. Will I do more Batman videos? Yes. I've never seen Hazel, the show. Dog's doing great. Dog's doing great. I'm happy. For the most part, he's got his things where he's like walks slow, he walks funny, or he's like really hungry. But I mean, that's just stuff. He's not sick or anything like that. So he's doing great. He's living his best life, as people say, right? That's like a thing people are saying a lot of now. Jared, nice to see you. Great supporter, Jared. I think I could be wrong, Jared, but I think you pretty much leave a comment in every video that I post. You probably watch every video. You're one of those hardcore, super supportive subscribers. And I appreciate that, of course, because I'm just amazed. Like, I see it and I'm like, boom, I'm not surprised. Jared said something and I always try to respond. I always try to give you, the heart emoji on it. Heart emoji comes directly from us. We don't choose what we, it's just a heart. But yeah, it's more personal than the thumbs up. That came directly from me. I have to do that. It's not like automatic. I can't just do auto hearts. So if you ever, yeah, that's a good point. If you ever leave a comment on any one of my videos, and it's like a Rick9G and it's like a heart, YouTube only allows us to do that individually one by one. So that means we read it, we like it, right? We support it. There's no mass way to like do it to a bunch. So just so you know. So that's kind of cool. I don't know, Beth. I think a lot of the shows that I cover, if they were remade today, they would be horrible. I'm not a remake person. I don't support remakes. No, it's not my thing. There, Jared, right there. I've watched every video of yours. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's awesome. You do great work, Rick. See? That's awesome. That's super appreciative. Wow. This chat is moving fast, so that's why I try to get to as many as possible. I actually did used to watch Happy Days when I was a kid. I'm trying to think. I was probably at least 10, so I was older versus the actual like Lucy when I was like 3. Like Lucy's my tried and true, Gilligan's Island. I have my tried and true that I used to watch as a kid, but I used to watch a lot of 90s shows too, mixed with the older ones because those were new at the time, and now they're like 30 years old. How is that a thing? Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's bad. That's bad. That we're all getting old. Yes, Pat, the Batman fan. I'm guessing you're a Batman fan. I have covered Batman. I have covered I Dream of Jeannie. Yes. Very rarely watch modern shows. There's a few that I watch here and there. I was just watching Pee-wee's, the newest one, Holiday on Netflix. It's the second time I've seen it. I was watching Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. It wasn't as good, but I still think it's pretty good. Stuff like that. Vlog on Love American Style. I don't know what that is, Randy. I'm sorry. Backstager, I believe so. I really don't have enough info on that, so I don't want to comment on it. Yeah, it's especially when we're talking about like stars and stuff. A lot of people ask me, it's really funny. Some people are like, your videos are kind of opinionated, and I'm like, yeah, some are, and you can tell because I usually tell you what it is. If I'm telling you this is from the director said this. If I'm telling you this is from the actor said this. Some people say, what's the source of that? If I'm like the actor, it's the actor. That's the source. if I'm doing a locations video and buildings are... This was a funny one. I actually will share this with you. I usually don't share this type of stuff, but someone reached out to me. It was really funny. It was on the show Chips, and they were saying, oh, you were giving an estimation of where the building was. And I was like, I thought to myself, well, of course, the building was torn down and it came back again. And so unless they have blueprints of the construction, I mean, you're going to be off a little bit. It's giving you an approximation of where it happened, what happened, the history, and so forth. Some people are like, it's like an inch to the right. And I'm like, if they want to do that, that's great. But it's just like, I want to present the main idea. Tell people most of the history, tell people most of the ideas. So I hope that makes sense. It's just kind of funny. Yes. Very, very good backstager. My opinions are always opinionated. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Alec. Jay, I see you down there in the chat. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Mia Roland, love the channel. Gets me through anxiety. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. Believe me, making videos, putting them on helps with my anxiety. It helps me relax. It helps me just get into this really fun world of these classic shows that I love so much, right? We don't have to get to the question of the main video. We might touch upon it. I kind of touched upon it already. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Good. Always good to stay hopeful. Absolutely. That's the main idea of my videos. I know that some people don't even know that because they don't tune in all the way to the end. Some people actually don't tune in to the end of the videos. I can see in the analytics. Some people. And that's okay. They have stuff to do. People are busy. But that's where I have my giveaway information. So just letting you know. It's always good to watch a lot of the videos. Most of the videos. Just saying. Emily Miller coming in with a $2 donation. Thank you so much, Emily. You are awesome. The first super chat of the live stream. I appreciate it. All right. So Emily teaching me, which I love. I love to be taught. I love to teach. Both. Works both ways. Happy Days started on Love American Style. That's cool. That's interesting. So Love American Style was like the starter, and then so Happy Days, I'm guessing, is more of a having a brain fart. It's more of a not a remake, but a spin-off. There we go. That's what I want to say, right? Awesome. Yes, Jared, absolutely. And a broader, so Jared says something that's interesting. You like the variety of content you have on the channel. It helps garner a broad audience. There's so much that goes behind the scenes, so much that goes into me deciding what shows to show and which not to show. I have to stay true to myself, true to what I love. At some point, the broadening or variety is just going to come back to the quality. And there's some shows I just won't cover. It's just the reality of it. 1, because I don't like them or watch them, and 2, there's no interest. 3, because I can't. There's not enough time. From what I already have, I could continue not adding another show and have probably 10,000 videos. I'm not exaggerating. There's so much. So, yeah. El Gallo, out of everyone who does videos for older shows, you are the best. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. You give facts in your titles or what you show and have cool personality. Oh, yeah. I can exaggerate some titles. We can always do things. And it's really funny. Some people say, oh, you made a blooper in your videos. Like, you have a blooper video and you have all these mistakes. I'm like, you do know I can edit all the videos to make them perfect. But I don't. I like to make them professional, but keep them very, like, conversational. That's on purpose. If I want to perfect my dialogue, it will be very robotic. I don't want that. I like the conversation aspect. I think people gravitate toward that without even really realizing it. Yeah, that's very purposeful. Yes. Pat, the Batman fan, Rick has some in-depth stuff on emergency. Oh, more is coming. Absolutely. I do. Yes, you're right. And more is coming. Both of those. Oh, let's see. This already is going back so fast. I just have to say you really do have a great radio or acting voice. Thank you, Nan. You have a great voice and calming to listen to. Well, thank you. Very, very cool. El Gallo, others will try to do what you do, but no. Well, thank you. I'll just leave it at that. I think you said it best. Thank you. Victor Buono. Well, yes. One day I will get to all the villains on Batman. Don't you worry. I've been watching a lot of that show. More is coming. Yes, absolutely. I love all your content, warts and all. Good night, nurse. That's funny. Great face for radio. Well, thank you. That's a compliment right there. Great face for radio. It took me a while to get it. Yeah. I like when you say it. And remember, always stay positive. Be hopeful. Yeah, it was so with the be hopeful thing, that was an interesting thing because it was always just be hopeful. Like it took me a while to come up with that. But the second part, it like I started adding to that as well. It's like always stay positive, better yourself, and most importantly, be hopeful. That it just grew into that. And when I say that, I always kind of say it to myself first, and then it's almost like it just echoes, and then whoever wants to hear and enjoys hearing it, great. But it's mostly for me, if that even makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Pat, so do you actually work at the Hollywood Museum? I've been there a few times, and I'd like to go more. Do you still have like connections there working or anything like that? It would be cool to connect if you do. King Tut appeared in all 3 seasons of Batman. Yeah, a lot of villains. You know, Joker, Riddler, even with the John Aston. Yeah, very very interesting. You like hearing my squeak? I don't even know. I don't even do it on purpose. It just comes out. It just comes out. Wow, everyone's just on this King Tut thing. I did watch a few of the King Tut videos. I think they were very interesting. There were some episodes that were done in a park that I actually used to play flag football in when I was in the 4th grade. It's random, but yeah, absolutely cool. Pat, you should probably email me if that makes sense, because I don't want to show your email here if that makes sense. I like to protect your guys' privacy, obviously. So if you can, I use them strictly for business purposes, rick9g@yahoo.com. I'll just say that. But it's also, you can even write me a letter. You can snail mail. There's also Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So yes. Puppy's good, dog is great, for the most part. Meaning, like, he's older, he kind of limps here and there, but I mean, he's good. He was not doing well, not doing well. He wasn't gonna make it, but he's great. He's awesome, and thank you for all your thoughts, prayers. People sent me like letters. People sent me nice thoughts, even like nice like, hey, let me cheer you up type videos. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that for sure. Anyway. So, yes, how long have I been on here? 23 minutes. Okay, in 7 minutes, that makes it 30. I will be prepared to do some kind of fun trivia. It's not just like, I don't know, what was Lucy's real hair color? Those are cool, and I may do stuff like that. But this is, I think, kind of interesting. It gives you a 50-50% chance of getting it right if you're not sure. And I always say the honor system, so we can't look stuff up. So I'm just giving a basic warning. You know, get my teacher principals out here. Can't look anything up. Honor system. It's all about learning. It's all about learning, and we can definitely like give this info to other people. You can share it yourself. It's pretty fun. I'm sorry to hear that, Allison. I know pets are just really fun. Pets are really fun. We love them, right? So yeah. So thank you all, and thank you, Paul, for tuning in as well. Hey, Pat. Nice. Nice to see you on here. Very, very cool. All right. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. What makes a show classic? I want to know your thoughts in the chat. When does something stop being classic? And as time moves forward, does the range of classic continue? Or is there officially a breaker to that? I want to read some of your thoughts on that, and I want to elaborate, you know. So I think that's would be very interesting to kind of see what your guys' thoughts are, what your guys' ideas are, and so forth. Yeah. And when does it start time-wise? Because if we're talking about TV, we know what TV came out late 40s or late 47, 49, somewhere in there. and then we have the first TV shows. So it makes me think, when does classic stop? Is there literally a date? We say 1980. Why not 1979? Why not mid-September 1979? Maybe, I don't know, maybe 1990. Or is that too new? That's not classic. Is that a modern classic? I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting because I think there isn't a true definition to what a classic is when we're talking about TV shows. Maybe we should make a definition. So Mr. Backstager, TV is 47, right? I'm sure very few people, if anyone, had him then, right? And I even know people still had black and white TVs into the mid-60s, right? When stuff was already coming out in color. So yeah, so there's a little bit of a delay in like when people actually started watching TV, when they had a TV, and all that good stuff. Yeah, El Gallo starts by saying, I believe the cast and stories are important, basically, and that's how they are told. So what about the cast? Are we saying that the chemistry between the actors on set is important, and then the stories? So is it really the writers that make the story or not? Is it the actors and the writers? Well, how about the crew? What if the crew isn't keeping up with the work? What if the director has horrible directing skills? Can we still have a good episode? There's a lot. There's definitely a lot going on. Thank you, Gail. Stay safe. Lady Agnes says, to be classic, it has to stand the test of time and relate to different generations. Now, I Love Lucy, I know people can watch that. Now, if we go back to Laurel and Hardy, I know that's not TV, that's more movies, right? I've seen videos of like 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds watching it and laughing. How is that possible? I get it. They were good. I get it. It's timeless. But why is it funny? What makes it funny? What does it tap into that makes it funny? How can a 3-year-old see it as funny and a 99-year-old see it as funny? I don't know. Yeah. So it's definitely something that I want to dive more into. And slapstick. Now, Miss Backstager, you say slapstick still sells. Would you argue that any current show is slapsticky? Or has that stopped? When did it stop? What was the last slapstick show ever? These are all great questions. Not because I came up with them, because I think I don't know the answers. So I'm like, what are the answers? Okay, so Jim says, I see it, Rick. If you take today's shows from the 60s to today, as time goes on, the shows of years ago were safe for families to watch. You can't do that today. I watch, again, whether you like them or not, doesn't matter, personal life, we're putting that aside. Pee-wee's Holiday, I watched that, and it came out a few years ago, and I said, I can't believe that this show, this movie, just came out, and it's so innocent. Like, it's for kids. Like, that could have been done so, like, PG-13. And it's like certain kids shouldn't have been able to watch it. It was like for a 3-year-old could watch that. I mean, there was, like, okay, it was very basic. But, I mean, it wasn't like 1950s sane. But it was like definitely like 70s sane. Like, we're talking about clean 70s stuff. Absolutely. Yep, slapstick stopped eons ago. Yep. I can't think of the oldest show with slapstick. Even going back to the 80s. So classic has to relate to something universal. What's universal about it? I think we're all touching upon it very, very interestingly. I like that. Yes. My night is going amazing. Thank you so much. Loretta, thank Jesus, coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Loretta. Hey, Rick, she says, have you considered content on My Favorite Martian? They must have plenty of bloopers with their special effects. Great one on that. I have heard of it. I know there's a Christopher Lloyd movie, right? But the original sounds pretty interesting. That would definitely be something that I could maybe get into. Probably the way future, because I haven't seen anything of it. So I'd have to get into it, see if I even like it, to be able to cover it. I want people to know that, and you, the supporters, to know that as well. In order for me to cover something, I have to have interest. I don't like to cover things that I have no interest in, because I think the passion makes a difference. It's kind of like, name an actor that you might know that maybe isn't that passionate about their work, and it comes through. Let me know, because that's not what I want to do. Junior Mudd coming in with a nice, hey you, is that a pear? It's like a working out pear. with the $1.99 donation. Thank you so much, Junior Mud. You are awesome. Thanks for the super chat. You are awesome. I definitely read all super chats. So, yeah. Why did TV shows change? Great question. All right, we're pretty much at the 30-minute mark. I think we should get to some trivia. Now, let me tell you how this works. It's very different than I've done before. And I like to be creative. So, I have list here of stuff. Now, I'm not really big into, like, dates and stuff. And what I mean by dates is, like, this came out, like, June 1st, 1941, you know, because, of course, it's hard to remember that. But we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to give you two TV shows. They're all shows that I've covered on my channel. And I have the dates here so I can inform you of those. You're going to tell me what came first. It's like the chicken or the egg. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, here there's a definite answer. And I think a lot of you will be pleasantly surprised because I was definitely surprised. All right? So here we go. Same papering my fingertips as Lucy would do in the Kleptomaniac episode. All right. Which came first? The Honeymooners TV show with Jackie Gleason or I Love Lucy? If you know the date, great. I will tell you the dates. But all I need is the show that came first. Now, what you can do is just put the answer in the chat. Keep score. 1 out of 1, 0 out of 1, 5 out of whatever. Keep score. And we're doing the good or the honor. What is it? The honor policy? The honor code. Honor code. You know what I mean. We don't look them up. Can't look them up. So what came first? I Love Lucy, Honeymooners. Honeymooners, I Love Lucy. What came first? I'll give everyone a little bit of time to answer, to think about it. Now, you always will probably see conflicting answers, so stick with your gut. Stick with what you know, right? Don't be swayed. All right, and here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, what I mean came first, we're not talking about when was it conceived, when was it written first. We're talking about when premiered, all right? So when people first saw it. The answer is I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy is considered one of the first classic TV shows ever. Now, there was shows before Lucy, but none hit as big and none has hit since then. 1951. Honeymooners is actually way after. It was actually 55. 4 years may not seem a lot, but think about 4 years of I Love Lucy before Honeymooners even popped up. So kind of cool. You can see the difference there. Some people may even argue that there's a little bit of I Love Lucy and Honeymooners, like a ripoff, kind of a cheap ripoff. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I've heard that. And so, yeah. So if you got it right, 1 out of 1. If you didn't, 0 out of 1, but that's okay. There's more chances. All right. Here we go. Moving along a little bit in terms of dates. Hogan's Heroes or Twilight Zone. Hogan's Heroes or Twilight Zone. Again, which one came first? Whether you watch them or not, if you think about the shows, you may get clues in just thinking about what may came first. Hey, Ricardo. Hello from Mexico. Hello from the U.S. All right. Oh, I even see some dates on there. Are they right or are they not right? These may get these are gonna get a little harder, not purposefully. Okay, when I started to do the research, I was like, no way. Okay, here we go. Twilight Zone or Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes or Twilight Zone. Again, they're gonna get harder. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is Twilight Zone. 1959. Basically, when the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour started, or ended, excuse me, that's when Twilight Zone started, went into the mid-60s. And then we have Hogan's Heroes that started in 1965. That was like a decade after. Wow. Very, very interesting. So, kind of cool. A lot of you got that. So, that was good. All right. Now, it's going to get a little harder. Junior Mud coming in with another donation. Thank you so much for the channel. I appreciate that. $1.99 donation and saying cool. Hope you're liking the trivia. All right, here we go. Okay. I Dream of Jeannie or Hogan's Heroes. I Dream of Jeannie or Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes or I Dream of Jeannie. Which one came first? Which one premiered first? Remember, we won't look it up. Going by the honor system. And this one is a little tricky. Now, I could be tricking you by saying that it's tricky. Or I could just be trying to throw you off. Or maybe not throw you off. I don't know. I'm confusing myself. Yes. All right, let's see. Same time. Well, that if it's the same time, that means they came on the same day. So is that what you really want to say? We might have to narrow it down to the day. And I'm just saying, there is one that came first. And I see a lot of I Dream of Jeannie. I actually see a lot of Hogan's Heroes. Here we go. I'll reveal the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Hogan's Heroes premiered September 17th, 1965. I Dream of Jeannie premiered September 18th, 1965. Literally a day apart. Hogan's Heroes is a day older. Isn't that nuts? They're literally comparable. They're like, there's a word that I can't think of. They're compadres, contemporaries. There we go. That is awesome. Isn't that crazy? And again, I didn't look up the dates and be like, let me trick them. Let me come up with, two shows, and that would take me forever to figure that out. I just literally try to put shows that are kind of comparable. I wasn't going to do like Chips and then like Lucy, right? That's obvious. I was trying to do some that are more comparable, and I was like, what? A day apart? That's nuts. You're right. Paris Stew. It's almost like twins. Anyway, what's your scores? Don't worry about your scores. Don't get embarrassed about your scores. Maybe you're doing 3 out of 3, maybe 2 out of 3, maybe 1 out of 3, maybe 0 out of 3. Maybe you just popped on and have no idea what this guy in the green background is talking about. That's valid too. All right. Here we go. Okay, this is one that I've talked about, and that is Addams Family or Munsters. Munsters or Addams Family. Which one came first, the chicken or the egg? We're doing a little bit of trivia. We're asking which show came first. We're going down to the date, and yeah. Yes, absolutely. Which one came first? Munsters or Addams Family? Addams Family or Munsters? Also, if you're completely guessing, you get a 50-50% chance. All right, I'm seeing tricky, right, Raven? Let's see. So, did I see Dave here? I think I saw Dave. Dave Sundstrom, thank you for joining. Definitely giving you a shout out. All right, which one? A lot of good answers. Munsters, Addams Family. Here we go. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so Munsters came out September 18th, 1964. Excuse me, sorry, that was Addams Family. Okay, Rick, do it again. Addams Family, September 18th, 1964. Munsters, September 24th, 1964. A week apart, Addams Family's older. Wow. Isn't that nuts? That is nuts. I've talked about this, how they're a week apart. And some people, because I've heard, it's like a myth. Some people say Addams Family ripped off Munsters. Munsters ripped off Addams Family. It takes time to develop a show. You can't rip each other off if you come out a week apart. Now, if it's 4 years, maybe Honeymooners, I Love Lucy. I'm just saying, no. Yeah, so that was really interesting. That is really cool. So yeah, no really copycats. You can't develop a show, get the actors, do the auditions, write the scripts, film it, record it, edit it, premiere it within a week and copy each other. No, can't do that. All right, here we go. 2 more shows. I Dream of Jeannie, which I've mentioned many times, or Gilligan's Island. Which one came first, Gilligan's Island or I Dream of Jeannie? That's a tough one. I will tell you why. Both shows started in black and white and eventually went to color. So we're talking about similar time. There is more of a significant difference here. It's not like a day apart or anything like that. There is more of a significant difference. All right, let's see here. So, Gilligan's Island or Jeannie? I definitely see the correct answer. It's popping up. I'm loving it. Gilligan's Island or I Dream of Jeannie? What's first? Okay, and countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gilligan's Island, 1964. Remember, easy way to remember that. Opening shot of Gilligan's Island. You have Gilligan's Island flagpole, half mast. Flag is at half mast. Why? Kennedy was shot, right? November 1963. Takes a while to edit. That was the pilot. So about a year later, 64. Jeannie, 1965. Yeah. And I actually mentioned previously that Jeannie was 1965. So if you would have remembered that, then that was the easy way. So scores, good scores, bad scores. Let me know. All right, let's see here. All right, a couple more. Let's move even forward into the classic show timeline. All right, Emily, you're doing so well. That's awesome. Allison, 3 out of 5. Not bad. Remember, I didn't tell you guys there was gonna be a pop quiz. Pop quizzes are hard, so I'm saying John H, 5 out of 5. Awesome. 2 out of 3. I think we've had 5, but doing 2. That's good. 100% correct. That's awesome. Yeah. Do I gotta make these harder? I can make them harder, but no, you guys are doing great. Okay, here we go. The show. Chips or Emergency? Now, Chips, I'm talking about the cop show with Eric Estrada and Larry Wilcox, right? Cops on a motorbike, or Emergency. I just want to clarify the shows in case anyone we don't want to mix them up. Emergency is the firefighter paramedic show. So Emergency or Chips? Chips or Emergency? Which one came first? We're always doing first, just not to confuse anyone. First. Who's first? Who's first? Who's on first? Who's on second? Who's on first? Well, I don't know who's on first. You tell me who's on first. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I'm laughing at myself here. All right, Emergency or Chips? And we're going to start counting down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Here's what's cool about this. There's a significant gap. There's a 5-year gap. Emergency came first, then we have Chips. Emergency was 1972, early 70s. Chips was late 70s, 1977. Remember, Chips went into the 80s, early 80s. Chips was in the 80s as much as it was in the 70s. So, kind of cool. So, definitely Emergency was like 70s, and then Chips was like 70s, 80s hybrid, kind of. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, one more. And in this battle that we have, which came first, one show I've mentioned already, one show I have not mentioned. So, Sanford and Son or Emergency? Sanford and Son or Emergency? Now, here's a clue. I just told you when Emergency premiered. So, if you have a good memory, then you'll know. Remember, no cheating, no looking it up. It's kind of funny. This is fun. I'm having fun doing this. In case you can't tell, I'm having fun. I enjoy this stuff. Thank you for making my day as well, everyone. All right, I'm seeing answers pop in here and there. I'm seeing Sanford and Son first. I'm seeing Emergency first. I'm seeing Sanford and Son first. I'm seeing Emergency again. I'm seeing all the answers. It's a tough one, Don. I ended with a bang, right? Okay, they both came out in the same year, 1972. They both came out in January. Now, we can't say one ripped off the other. Sanford and Son, January 14th, 1972. January 15th was Emergency, 1972. Sanford and Son by a day. I picked another twins for you. You guys said that what was the other one that were twins? Hogan's Heroes and I Dream of Jeannie. Two polar opposite shows. Sanford and Son and Emergency. Two polar opposite shows starring a day apart. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Hopefully you enjoy that. That was the last one, guys and gals. Which one surprised you the most? A lot of those. Sanford and Son Emergency surprised me. Hogan's Heroes and Jeannie was like, whoa, right? So yeah, I don't understand. I think the logic is they obviously don't want to premiere two similar shows together and the same network, because then it would like battle with each other and so forth, right? Then it gets harder, then it gets difficult, but then that's when another station may do a similar show, right? If they get word, and then they may pop that one out. Now, I don't know if I've heard about this, but I'm sure they have like spies even in like I don't mean it in the crazy way. I mean it in the similar way of, hey, let's see what the other network is doing. Let's infiltrate and let's do something similar. If that's like something in everything. It's like a double agent. I'm a double agent for NBC, for CBS. Imagine that. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Which one was most surprising to you? I'd love to know that. Christopher, you said, holy crap, I got 14 wrong. I didn't do 14. You got, is it 1 out of 4? Don't worry about it. Hopefully you write them down or get them so that I can, so you guys can ask someone else. Or, yeah, ask them to others. Jared, I love them as well. Mary Lou, I'm glad you liked the quiz. Look at that, 5 out of 7. Very nice quiz. 6 out of 6. MJ Morillo, is that correct? Or Morillo? That is awesome. You guys are awesome. Make me laugh. Lucy and Honeymooners. Alfred, why was it so surprising? Did you think they were really similar? And that's a good one. I actually thought they were a lot closer together, to be honest. Because I knew Lucy was 51, but Honeymooners I didn't know. I thought like 53, 52. So I thought they were like very close. But then it's a big gap, 4 years, right? Yeah. Oh my God, Christopher, you're funny. You're exaggerating over a little bit. That's funny. Surprised about the last one, Sanford and Son Emergency, right? That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to kind of pitch shows together that you wouldn't normally think together, but then others like very similar, like Addams Family, Munsters. People kind of always, there's like a battle with that. It's like Bewitched and Jeannie. I haven't covered Bewitched, so that's the only reason why I didn't really go much into that. That's kind of cool. All right, so let's see. We have 15 minutes to go. Or do you guys have any more questions? Let's see. How many questions were there? Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was 7. So your score is out of 7. Yeah, so Alfred, the quality on the Honeymooners was definitely not what they used on I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy, they did more of a film, better quality. And then we have, I'm blanking here, Honeymooners, who did more of a poorer quality. And it wasn't the same type of scenario. It was similar, but it wasn't the same type, even though it came after. Overall, a lot of people say I Love Lucy is a more, again, it's arguable, right? But they say I Love Lucy is a more quality show. It came before, it was better produced and all that. It lasted longer. Remember, Honeymooners only was around for 30-something episodes. It wasn't long for too long. It's basically a season. And there's many different reasons for that. One which I did talk about. But yeah, Desi not only used the 3-camera system, he invented the 3-camera system. Everyone honors him for that. Like even actors into the 70s and 80s that talk about that, they definitely remember his contributions. Not only did he do that, he was a genius. I've said this before. A lot of this stuff I say before, but it's good to remember. Desi was a genius when it came to business side aspect of it. He's the one who said, hey, don't pay me as much. I don't care about salary. Just give me the rights to the show. And they're like, what are you going to do with this? You're just going to hang it up on the wall? The rights? Like, who cares? Those rights allowed him to do reruns and allowed him and his wife, Lucille Ball, to make millions of dollars and buy essentially 4 movie studios, which is nuts. Okay, if I have enough money to buy 1 movie studio, they had 4 in LA County. Like, there's nothing right now that compares to that still. Like, no one has gone. Hold on here. Okay. No one has gone beyond that. Very, very crazy to think that they were able to do that much with what they had. Ugh. I may be having some stream issues here. Let's see. Frozen me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, you guys can hear me? Alright, guys and gals. I'm pretty sure with my foot, I ripped out my camera and it's not taking it again. I'm going to just have to say goodbye from here because it will literally have me not I can't do it again. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jim, for the super chat. You're amazing, Jim Tomasetti, for the $20 super chat. So for now, I'm gonna have to say goodbye because then I have to delete it and then, oh wait, nope. Okay, doesn't matter either way. I'm clicking all these buttons and it's not working. But thank you so much, guys and gals. You're awesome. I thank you for the appreciation. We'll see you next time. Sorry for the late goodbye. Technical issues on my side. We'll see you next time. And don't forget, guys and gals, be hopeful.